Now, it's been over a month since I last made an X-Life video. The last thing you saw, I made a house where if you defeated it, you would win Jeremyism. Well, Scott completed the house, and with that, became the leader of Jeremyism. Now you may think this would upset me, but it's played perfectly into my plan. See, the thing is, I've been lying to you, all of you, and you're about to find out why. Now there's a reason we're stood here in Jeremyville. We're stood next to the spot where we first named Donkey Jeremy all those episodes ago, and the inspiration for Jeremyville began. Now you'll notice from this clip here that I named Donkey Jeremy over here for now, but here we have Donkey Jeremy. And there was a reason I did this. When I was out exploring, looking for new fun things in this new server, a llama approached me. His name? Llama Terry. And together, we hatched a plan. A plan to restore balance across the X-Life server. This plan will revolve things around the word Jeremy, and more importantly, donkeys. Now I spent the next few episodes hatching our plan, and you may think the Jeremyville sign and this tunnel here were never completed. Well, that was intentional, as beneath this mess here, there was a secret. A secret that has been in the works for many, many episodes now. Now, Llama Terry and I have been using this place since we first met to cause as much death and destruction on the server as possible. Here we laid out our plans to create a fake religion, and we had to make it convincing. We created Jeremyism to cause chaos on the server, to take away lives, to bring balance. Every action, every move I did was all part of our master plan. Things such as creating a dangerous shop. Things such as paying for people's lives. And that's right, Llama Terry and I orchestrated it all. And the plan came into action when Scott pranked me, and I overreacted and made Jeremyism. I knew a lot of people would be opposed to a religion on the server, and this would cause tension. I gathered innocent bystanders to join, causing even more of a divide on the server. And that brings us to our next secret, which was in this hole here. And at the bottom of this hole, we have gathered every single donkey on the server. Because yes, that's right. Although Donkey Jeremy and Jeremyism is all a lie, the donkey part isn't. Donkeys have magical powers on this server, and no one else realised. So the other day, I went down into my cave where I'd collected all the donkeys, and I finally snapped. Not my fingers, no, I blew them all up. And the final chaos on the server began. So now we reached the point where Scott had taken over Jeremyism, and the chaos began almost immediately. He summoned us all to the church for a meeting. Hello, leader.
How are you all doing?
How are you doing?
Joel.
How are you doing?
Good. If you'd like to follow me inside, if you'd like to come in.
Oh gosh.
I am now your new leader. This is applause.
Yay.
There we go. Yeah.
He immediately began upsetting the devout followers of Jeremyism.
As you can see here, we have the New Testament of Jeremyism.
Cool.
We're just gonna.
What? Wait.
Oh my
What?
gosh.
Come on.
And now
That's
we
the
have
best.
the newer Jeremyism book.
The plan was working. He was creating some chaos. And then what I wanted to happen started happening.
If you wish to leave Jeremyism, you may do so, but you must sacrifice one of your own lives. And
Wait,
you
what
can
are you
even
doing?
say,
Wait, no,
you
what
can
are you
even say
Do it.
that Jeremyism.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! This man.
The donkeys claim their first death. Lives were being lost, balance was being restored, and Llama Terry and I were pulling all the strings. From this moment on, the deaths started rolling in. Jack had also attempted Jeremy's House of Pain, and this happened.
We are not completing this at all. Help!
And obviously, because Jack died, Lizzie died thanks to her magical curse, which I would like to take some credit for, but that was all Lizzie's doing. She's just a bit mental. And to prove this point, she went on to kill Jack, wiping him out of the server entirely and killing herself in the process once more.
What? This is it for me.
It was worth it.
I realised at this point the donkeys were more powerful than I ever could have imagined. And it was only going to get worse from here, as we decided to host a funeral for Jack, as he was the first one out of the server. Of course, I attended in my finest Hufflepuff robes, but little did I know what the donkeys were going to do at this funeral. I knew it was going to be good when we were asked to take off all our armor. I'm not going to lie, at this point I was struggling to hide my excitement of what the donkeys might have done. Woo! Funeral!
You can grab
I'm the
a
American.
pamphlet from
I'll
the
go,
chest. Take a seat, take a seat. Thanks.
It's like he's actually died.
Please,
Actually, I want to sit next to Joel and hold his hand.
please.
Things started to happen immediately.
Serious. Oh God.
Grab his chair and he went into the
Callum just died!
What?
What? The donkeys were working faster than I expected, and soon the ceremony began.
Thank you all for coming
He
today.
looked so happy.
He does.
He was a happy
Probably how he
man
looked
in
when he
life.
died.
Yeah. In remembrance of our good friend Jack Sucks at Life, as he has unfortunately passed and left us on the server.
Yeah.
Now he has left me his will and testament, which I will.
Oh, do we
go
not have
through.
any funeral part? We're not going to silence? Or
We're going
pips?
through the funeral. Well, first, excuse me.
Oh,
Sir, quiet in
really?
the front.
That's kind of unusual.
Bit
Yeah,
weird.
this is a weird ordering.
Everything I was doing was to upset the new Jeremyism leader. I would have probably done it much better.
You'd have done a fantastic
It's fine,
job.
you'll probably
I'm
get
so
Callum
sad.
soon.
Now, Jack was a wonderful member of the X-Life servers. We've all had lovely interactions with him through Jeremyism, through him stealing things, and just generally being a nuisance for a lot of the time.
That man hated the top of trees.
He did, but his mushroom skin definitely brought us all joy. It brought a smile to our face whenever you would see it, and he really changed everyone's lives on the server. As we take in the remembrance of Jack, the one thing he loved the most was death and destruction. Yeah, it was death and destruction. And since I took over Jeremyism, I kind of was met with a little bit of hostility from certain members.
As was the plan.
So, if you wanted a villain, I can give you a villain. So,
I'm not
let's
involved.
let the chaos.
No,
reign.
we're here for Jack.
Oh
We're here for
gosh.
Jack.
Oh my gosh. Murderer! Oh, Jim, no! Oh gosh! Oh my gosh. I knew at this point that me and Terry had chosen correctly, with Scott becoming the leader, going so far to kill everybody at the funeral, and somehow the server glitched and I died twice.
Oh my god, I was wearing my armor.
Joel tried to swim in lava. Joel died to-
Did I just die twice?
Well,
What on earth? Then more deaths started rolling in. Lizzie!
Oh.
What?
Woo, let's go.
Welcome to the 10 Heart Club. Woo.
So a lot of deaths, but there was still a few more to come, as it was time for Jack's will. Now, there were a lot of things in this will, but one mainly applied to me.
Number 2, I wish for Joel to take care of my 3 Vikrams. I would like him to build a small hut for Vikram to live out the rest of his days in peace, far away from the impending doom of the X-Life server.
That's cute.
He must visit them once a week and chat. Okay, Joel?
Sake. Jack. But the donkeys still had more to give.
Number 3, I wish for Jimmy to be executed for doing a bad job at fixing my stuff he burnt down. Stand
You?
back.
No. Wait, what? Hey!
Put it out. Put it out.
Jimmy, there you go.
Oh wait, he has a lot of hearts.
Oh,
Oh, there.
As long as he
What you get,
dies.
Jimmy?
Hi,
Oh,
Jimmy.
Jimmy and
I am
Lucky.
so sad.
Now, there was a few other things in the will, but with that, the funeral came to an end. And if we head into spawn here, you can see the power of the donkeys. With multiple people being on 10 or 9 hearts, mine and Lamateri's work is done. And now, I must hide all this evidence. I've lassoed Lamateri, and now all this has to come to an end. And I need to make sure this is exploded, so I can live out the rest of my life in peace. Wow, that really didn't kill me. And the final sacrifice for Lamateri. So from here, I think it's time we leave the Beans Palace behind, as it's time for us to retire. Let me take my waystone, and we can arrive here where we've already brought over our 2 Vikrams. We've already got Lamateri. And you know what? It's time to hang up our armor, go back to our old vanilla ways, and live out the rest of our 10th life in peace. My destruction has been done. Now it's time to reminisce on what we've achieved on this X-Life server.